Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about Newton's laws. Take this box for example. Oh, who am I kidding? I can't animate like this. I can. Huh? Seriously? Of course. I'll take it from here. If you insist, I guess. I'll just go over here and cry. Alright, let's just get this into another camera. Ah, there we go. Hello everyone. As the stick guy was saying, see this box here? This will represent Newton's first law. Since it's at rest, it will not move at all, at least until something with more force pushes against it to make it move, like so. There's nothing in here, so it's really easy to push. Now let's try to put some weight on it and see how much it'll resist being pushed. Ta-da! Can I go back inside? Yes, you can. Now get out. Actually, before we move on, I almost forgot to put an example of the box being at rest. Ah, there we go. Okay, on to the next law. The law that... the force of an object is equal to its mass times its acceleration. How the heck am I going to animate that?
One eternity later.
Alright, I had to reread the description of the law and use my brain for once, but I think I found a couple of good examples. Okay, so, a change of motion occurs only if a net force is exerted on an object. What is the best way to show that? How about using a car? I'd say that's a classic example. Now, I don't know if I'm doing this example right. I was definitely not learning about this last week, but if I am doing this correctly, the example is that if I gently press the gas pedal, the car model doesn't have movable pedals, so imagine it moving. It's gonna very slowly start moving. And if I press it a little harder, the car will move faster. Now, if I were to floor it... Now, we should probably slow down before... Oops. I guess that could lead to the next example. Okay, well, before the paramedics come to nab up Foxy, I want to say the example is, if a net force acts upon an object, the change of velocity will be in the direction of the net force. Meaning, when I accidentally rammed the car into Foxy, Foxy went the same direction as the car was going when I hit him. And I don't actually remember if this is a good example, but when I hit when I hit the brakes, my body jerked forward to try and keep moving, which is why people in real life had seatbelts. Huh. Gmod is a lot more dangerous than I thought. The acceleration of an object depends on its mass, so like an empty shopping cart, that's gonna be a lot easier to push than a shopping cart full of stuff. I do not know if I can find an example, so if we move on to the next law, then there's your answer. Okay, the third and final law. For every action, there is an equal or opposite reaction. So if I'm correct, when I bounce this ball, the ball will push against the ground with however hard I slam it down, and the ground will push against the ball with an equal and opposite amount of force, which should cause the ball to bounce. Let's see. Ow. Well, that's the end of the episode. I hope you all enjoyed, or one person, since only the teacher will see this. I hope you enjoyed at least. Sorry if I did a couple things wrong. Feel free to correct me in the comments. I made some of the script while I was sleep deprived, so I probably slipped up a few times. And also, animating all of this is probably going to be the funnest part of my job here. Anyway, even then, I hope you enjoyed. If I should do more than like and subscribe. I'm most likely posting this to YouTube, which is why I'm not saying anyone's names. But this will probably be the only video if nobody wants more. So just in case, goodbye everyone.